before we move, please keep as quiet as possible.
In this video, we'll be hunting one of the most dangerous animals in Africa.
Uh-oh, he looks pissed.
Jay, wait!
They are not backing up.
Jay!
In our last video, I learned how game reserve hunting works here in South Africa.
This was so unreasonable for me to take any shot at all, but I just did it anyways. I was shaking the whole freaking time.
But today, we'll be going after one of Africa's big five. Meaning, one of the 5 most dangerous animals you can hunt on the planet.
You want to have a shot, it has to be 100% certain you're going to put it down.
If we're successful, we'll donate the meat to a local village. If we're not, we could walk away injured or not walk away at all. But before the hunt begins,
It's gorgeous.
we gotta fuel up.
This is a kudu backstrap. It's one of the tender parts of the kudu that you can utilize for anything.
Kudu is widely distributed in South Africa, loved for its sweet, soft, premium quality. Some say it's similar to venison with a slight bit of gaminess. The best way to prepare it, by doing as little as possible. The long strip of kudu tenderloin is marinated in red wine, olive oil, lemon juice, and garlic before Philip rubs it down with his own dry seasoning. Cook it on a hot skillet along with a splash of their local spirit, Klipdrif.
Oh, you just start right in the middle.
That's looking great. Can I interest you to this?
Oh, most certainly.
And do you the big piece?
Thank you, sir. It does feel firm. It's not falling apart like some piece of A5 Wagyu, but let's try it out. Oh, wow. It kind of reminds me of a filet mignon. It has little to no fat, really, no striations of fat going through it, but it still manages to be very soft, especially if you just cook it barely enough.
That's the secret of venison, is that if you overcook it, it's wasted. You gotta cook it medium rare. That's where you get the best flavors out of it.
It is just gushing with flavor. Oh my God.
It's beefy, but it's venison-y.
It's really beefy.
Yeah, it's super good.
When it comes to hunting, I'm a hobbyist. I do it about once a year, and I do it from a YouTube channel. My friend Greg has been hunting basically nonstop since the time he was a child. Greg has come all the way here to South Africa so he could hunt down one of these big 5. Can you tell us the big 5?
Well, lion, elephant, rhino, leopard, and buffalo.
Originally coined by European hunters in the 19th century, the Big 5 referred to Africa's most difficult and dangerous animals to hunt.
The Cape buffalo, the most dangerous thing you could hunt here.
That's right.
What kind of danger are we talking about?
If you go from 1 to 10, I would say we're talking 8, 9. They're unpredictable on a hunt. Just you need something small to happen towards where you become the victim.
The Cape buffalo, or Black Death, are the deadliest animals in Africa, responsible for killing up to 200 people a year.
Some people might be thinking that this is a lot of risk, a lot of danger for nothing, except that there's a good cause behind all of this, which is that all the meat from this buffalo is going to be donated to a nearby village. And that's a village where you live.
Yeah.
Everett, what is your biggest concern when hunting the buffalo?
It's on my life.
It's on your life.
So I told my wife there was nothing to worry about. So there's nothing to worry about, right?
No.
Right now, we're headed to a completely different place than where I did my zebra hunt. It seems the first step is to try to find some buffalo tracks and then track the buffalo from there. So I brought you out here, obviously, because you love hunting. We both grew up in the same town. I don't love hunting. I don't hate it. I just don't do it much. It's not something that drives me. It's not a passion. Why do you like hunting?
It's a passion that I've had forever. Always been something that's called to me and super fulfilling as far as just being out in nature and doing all that stuff. So, yeah. Oh,
Thanks. That was nature.
yeah. Yeah.
Sure, my buddy Greg has hunted the meanest beasts in Minnesota. Those just happen to be deer and turkey. Today, it's a whole new ballgame. Luckily, we're not alone. Hendrik and another backup professional hunter, Brutus, are here to guide us through what we hope will be a safe hunt.
You just went up to the top of the peak. You went to a different peak. What'd you see?
We saw 2 Cape buffalo, and they're ways off down in the bottom of the valley. It looks like they're down there for water, but we got eyes on them.
What do you think?
Well, I think what we're gonna do now is we're gonna circle around and just get right with the wind because it is important.
So right now the wind is blowing from us to them.
To them, yeah.
Greg's wearing Axe body spray right now.
Yeah, Old Spice.
And that's gonna spook more than just buffaloes. It's also gonna spook single women.
Okay, before we move, no sudden movements and please keep as quiet as possible. We don't want to alert them that they know where we are. And if you move, try and move slowly.
With our plan in action, Avril, our tracker, takes the lead.
That's right.
Avril is Khoisan, and the Khoisan historically are known to be among the best trackers in the world. At one point in time, their survival depended on it. Avril now uses these generations-old tracking skills to assist modern-day hunters like us.
You can see a few buffalo up there.
As a hunter, if you look up Cape buffalo hunting gone wrong, you'll lose a serious amount of confidence. The Cape buffalo can weigh up to 2,000 pounds, with short legs, a massive head, and heavy horns. If wounded, they become aggressive, willing to destroy anyone in their path. When attacks, we'll have just moments to react.
Right now the wind's not perfect. The buffalo are a little skittish, like they know we're here, but they don't know what we are. So we're gonna wait it out and maybe get a constant wind direction, because right now it's kind of swirling around, so we know what way to approach from. So for now, it's sit and wait. The biggest thing right now is that you could shoot them, but you want to have a certain shot. It has to be 100% certain you're going to put it down. Right now, we're going to sneak ahead forward if we can. The tracker Avril is moving. Let's see what he does.
You don't want to injure the buffalo, you want to put it down quick. Even with a high-powered rifle, being close and accurate is a must.
I'm ready when you are. Take the shot.
Reload.
Is he the one that's not moving?
Yeah, he's not moving, he's standing there. Just wait for an opening, give him another one. Just wait for an opening there. Wait. There we go.
Down.
Yeah, down.
As soon as that first shot went off, all the buffalo took off. They spread out, but now they're slowly coming back, possibly for revenge. We're gonna wait it out here for a little while and see if it's safe to go in.
What if those buffalo are filming a food travel show over there and they're gonna eat you?
Oh, that's possible. I think they eat grass. How do you feel?
Feel good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That was epic.
Yeah, it was
Did this
pretty
go
intense.
anything like you expected?
Honestly, I came in with no expectations. I just wanted to let the whole hunt happen.
You didn't think we'd get closer? I thought we'd be closer.
It felt close.
It felt close enough.
Yeah.
Hey.
Right now we can see the down buffalo, but all the live buffalo are about 20 meters behind it staring at us.
Hey.
So we're not done yet. Uh-oh.
He looks pissed.
They are not backing up.
There they go.
Uh-oh. They're turning around now.
That is awesome.
Holy cow. It is a beautiful giant beast. Great. Well done.
Yeah.
He made a perfect shot, the first one. And it's a really old buffalo bull. You can see all the character on his horns. He's got a real nice hard boss.
How many kilograms would you say this is?
This is between 600 and 700.
Just the animal itself, over 1,000 pounds.
Yeah.
Jeepers. This is not the end of this experience. It's just the halfway point. All of this meat is going to be donated. Avril, from here, we're taking this to your village.
Okay.
Nice.
Let's go.
Back at the lodge, the skin is removed. The organs are separated. The meat is sectioned and hanged overnight. About 30 minutes outside Willowmore, you'll find Fullarton Village, a humble community of about 60. Right now we're setting up for today's big feast. The fire is lit, vegetables and other ingredients are being prepared. All that's missing is the protein. Most of the meat will be stored in a local freezer and saved for future use. The rest will be chopped, sectioned, and made into several dishes. When cooking mounts of meat for a massive crowd, it never fails to cut it down into bite-sized pieces and toss it into a giant cauldron to braise for hours.
You are our head chef today, right?
Okay, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Avril's wife, Mama Poka, is manning her station, ready to turn these raw ingredients into a refined vessel of flavor.
You have buffalo cooking in here. What are you making?
I'm making a buffalo stew with potatoes, carrots, my onion is in, and my spices. Salt, pepper, garlic, and cumin.
Then the buffalo meat, and a lot of it. Ribs, bones, legs, loins, all of it goes in.
Have you cooked buffalo before?
Yes,
How long should this cook here?
2 to 3 hours.
I understand that people here aren't eating buffalo very often, maybe never. But what kind of meat do you usually eat?
People in this area eat sheep, pork, chicken, and sausages.
We have a lot of cooking to do today. Soon, when everything is finished, a lot of people will join together, we'll have some drinks, and we're gonna have plenty of buffalo.
It's my pleasure.
Oh, hey. Wow. A little community applause.
Chop the buffalo leg meat, then flavor with salt and their homemade seasoning blend. Place it on the grill over a bed of charcoal. Cooking our final meal will take hours, but nearly every culture I've visited in Africa, from Egypt to, well, here, has a tradition of starting off with the offals. In this case, the Cape buffalo liver.
I love it's turned like black.
The liver is sliced into big strips, seasoned with salt, pepper, and their homemade blend. Then it's dredged in flour before it's shallow fried in hot oil. Serve with Chef Poka's homemade salsa, made by boiling onions, green chilies, and tomato sauce.
Go for it.
I like that.
I'm good.
It's chewy, but it's got a good chew.
Certainly livery. Got a little bit of gaminess to it. A little intensity, a little personality. I think that's why people here like to dress it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a try.
Looks like salsa.
Kind of tastes like salsa a little
You
bit.
think so?
I do.
It gives some nice acid, and then it's a bit salty and a bit sweet, but it's really fresh too. That's exactly what that liver was missing. Avril, what do you think?
Very good.
Very good. Avril, how old are you?
57.
57. You have great hair. Did you also get a hair transplant?
No.
No, that's a gift from God, my friend.
This village used to be Avril's home, but for years now, he and Poka lived on Philip's Game Reserve.
How long have you two worked together?
22.
22 years.
Were you a tracker before you met Philip?
Yes.
My understanding is that historically, the Khoisan people were known for tracking animals. So how far back does that go?
Long before the first settlers arrived on South Africa's shores, groups of Khoisan were spread out sparsely across the land. They were hunter-gatherers with their own language and culture. They possessed remarkable skill and insight into wild animals and the environments they inhabit.
So, how did you learn about tracking? Where did you learn that from?
My father.
What kind of animals were they tracking 50 years ago, 100 years ago?
Interesting is if you look at Khoisan paintings, there's still today in the mountains, you find that eland was probably one of their main food sources because that's most seen on their paintings. And gemsbok, so.
In a time before farming or herding, the Khoisan possessed skills essential for survival. But as modern ways of life creep into every corner of the earth, the skill of animal tracking is becoming obsolete, fading with each new generation.
What are most of the people out here doing, like for work?
Most of them are farm workers.
When you say farm workers, they're working at the game preserve farms where the kudu and the springbok and stuff like that are.
Yeah.
What do you think are the biggest challenges for the community out here?
The availability of water.
The water and housing.
Housing?
And sanitary, the problem.
It's a very small gesture, but I do hope that the meat we brought here today can help out in some small way. At least for some families, they don't have to worry about a couple of meals, and then they can focus on using those resources to buy water or whatever else they need. The meal is almost finished. That stew has been stewing for a good 3, 4, 5 hours. But in the meantime, we have an appetizer. Greg, you probably can't tell, but right here, I have a tongue.
What tongue is it?
That is not what I ordered. I ordered something else.
What did you order?
A penis.
Joining us, Avril's brother, Winnery. He's lived in this village his whole life. Across from him, Toki, a community representative who serves people in and around this area.
Have you ever had buffalo tongue?
It's my first time.
What about you, buffalo?
The first time.
Well, let's try it out.
Boiled buffalo tongue with a side of onion and carrot. Once it cooks through, slice and remove the outer tongue shell before serving.
It's got some bite to it. Well, I like that. Just braised a bit to get a bit soft. It could be braised even more.
It actually does a lot like beef tongue. That's pretty good.
I hope you like the tongue.
Oh, I'm still eating.
First taste of buffalo. Not bad. What do you usually eat? What kind of proteins are you usually eating?
In this area, mostly it's springbok, kudu.
Where do you get kudu? Are you just going to the store to buy kudu?
Yeah.
It's wild to me that here, all these game animals are just like common. Yeah, they just eat them at home. No big deal. You like kudu?
Yes, only kudu.
Not anymore. Now you eat buffalo tongue.
Word is out that a feast is brewing and everybody is invited. The crowd begins to grow as this meal service nears its crescendo. The roasted meat, thoroughly cooked through, is taken off the grill and sliced. And the stew, full of tender, delicious beef, is nearing its final form. Mama Poka adds carrots, potatoes, and more water to the pot. Now for some steamy carbs. Dough is made from wheat flour. It's portioned into smaller bits, then each dough ball is placed on top of the stew where it'll steam. Today, a buffalo's life was traded for a village full of satisfied stomachs and happy faces. Some graciously provided resources, their time, or skills, while others graciously accepted the gesture. Together, at least for a short time, a community is able to put their challenges out of mind and enjoy the moment.
Today, I believe, was a big success. First of all, it all started with you and the hunt.
Yeah.
Right now, everybody's gotten their food, they're eating, it's finally time for us to take a bite. They've cooked the buffalo a few different ways. Here, they've stewed this meat forever. It looks delicious.
Yeah, it looks really good.
I love how they've boiled almost like bread dumplings on top of the stew, and then we have some of the grilled meat right here. I think we should start with this. I gotta say, when I looked at this meat earlier, it was like charred black. Now, it is not uncommon when you have meat in Africa that people here will cook it well. But after they've cut it open, it looks a little bit more juicy and succulent than I expected.
Yep, there's definitely some pink still left in it.
So, let's try it out.
Do it.
Buffalo meat, your first taste ever.
It's good.
It's good?
At first, when I bit it, I thought it was gonna be more earthy than I like, but it wasn't. It was super good.
It's definitely a bit tough. I think in the USA, we really value really soft, tender meat. And I think we just assume then everybody would want their meat to be that way. But some places in Africa, even in Vietnam, they appreciate something they have to kind of chew through. Something with some real like texture to it. I can appreciate both.
I personally don't mind a chew though.
Tastes like beef?
It's pretty darn beefy.
I think we have to eat a little more to find out. This is the stewed version right here. We've got carrots, we've got potatoes. Oh, carrots are delicious. Ooh, this is super tender. You can see the fibers breaking apart.
Almost sticky though.
Tendons and fat have become almost gummy. Really simple, straightforward spices, salt, pepper, garlic, and some other magic she put in there too. My favorite part is, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know how many people would show up, how many people would want to be part of this, but when they were dishing out the meat, I thought we would have too much meat. They gave every person here like 2 pounds of meat.
Yeah, everyone was going Thanksgiving style.
Yes, pretty soon everyone's gonna be falling asleep. Right here, this is the bread. This is not supposed to be eaten alone though. Right here, we have some marrow.
This used to be the buffalo's thigh bone, now chopped up, seasoned with salt and pepper, and brought to a boil until it's cooked through.
What I've discovered with marrow is it's not always the more the better. It's like you have to get the appropriate ratio. Cheers. Oh yeah.
That's a thing.
That's good.
That's super good.
I like this bread. It's super doughy, really soft, and like sticks to your teeth when you eat it. But that marrow,
it's like satisfying. It's kind of like when you have a piece of bread with too much butter on it. Ah, that's kind of what it's doing.
It's super rich and super buttery. It's probably my favorite thing so far. What's amazing is the only time I really see marrow is at high-end restaurants. But I'm told that out here, sometimes these folks, the only stuff they can get their hands on is animal bones.
Right.
And so they're boiling just the bones and eating this really rich, delicious food. Coincidentally,
yeah,
it's freaking delicious.
And it's all the trend now too, like with bone broths and marrow, and people are chasing this.
It's because everyone's trying to go back to their roots, and this is the roots. Welcome to Africa.
Right.
This is your first time in Africa.
Right.
You've gotten a very tiny slice of Africa and even of South Africa, but what are your general thoughts so far?
It's pretty big as far as like the mountain ranges. Like, yes, I've been around mountain ranges, but these are imposing. I know it's only been 3 days, but it feels very familiar. Anything from the roads to the people and communicating feels closer to home than I expected.
How would you compare hunting in the USA versus hunting here?
It's definitely different. My absolute passion when I'm hunting in the United States comes from the cat and mouse game with the animal. And when you come to a place like Africa, you rely on a guide to really figure out the land, figure out the quarry, figure out the animal. So a lot of that cat and mouse game is just not there because that's somebody else is doing that for you. They're locating animals, they're doing the scouting. When it comes down to it, in those last seconds, the final approach, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
And watching people enjoy all this awesome protein makes it all come together, and there is purpose, there is meaning.
Everybody's so stoked. Everyone's full. Everyone jammed at least 1 to 2 pounds of meat in their stomach. Yeah. I'm pumped. I'm happy.
Yeah.
And I'm glad we can make it happen together, my man. Boom. I was gonna do a pound, but let's do this.
Should we do a pound?
Yeah. Boom. No, yeah. Hug? Stand-up hug?
You smell good.
Best Ever Food Review Show is a small team of independent creators, and everything we do here works because of you guys. Click the link in our description to join our Patreon and receive exclusive benefits. A peace. I gotta say, even Greg this morning has an opportunity for redemption.
Yes.
Do you remember that testicle?
It's too hard. I do.
Well, here's the great news. They cooked the other half of it.
They did?
Yeah, so you can eat it now.
I'm gonna eat it.
You wanna try?
I don't know. That's a good meatball. I really love that, but this is really good.
Can I, Greg, and just try to give 10% more?
This stuff is amazing!
If the hunt goes well, what does this do for you?
Fudge!
Avril, have you, oh, what's my question? Hold on, guys, I'm a little hungover. It's your fault. No personal responsibility. I know gay. I know gay.
Don't call me that!
Well, it's only gonna get worse throughout the day. Quick question. He would like to mount the head. Is he allowed to mount the head if the pH downs it with the second shot? I don't think so.
Oh, you think like you just take it away from me? Because I took a nap?
Boom, guys, that is the end of this video. And I do want to say a huge thank you to my good friend Greg right here for coming all the way here to South Africa to hang out with me and shoot these videos. And don't worry, James, Claire, and Lydia, Daddy's coming home soon. That's his kids.
Those are my kids.
He has kids.
Hey guys.
Can you imagine how expensive that would be? I don't have kids. I can do this. That is it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. A peace.